All right. We are live, man.
We live. What we doing today, man?
You know what it is,
we
man.
got something crazy going on.
We got something very crazy going on, man. It's the You Did What podcast, where exceptional people drop exceptional gems. And today we got one of the most exceptional people that I have had the pleasure of meeting. He's from Greensboro, North Carolina. We actually from the same exact neighborhood. How wild is that? But this man has produced for, oh my gosh, where do we begin? Jay-Z. He did Lucini for Camp Low. He did, say some names, Rick Ruck. Name anybody. He got
40 Thieves, Currency, Smoke Dizza,
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim. Man, the list goes on forever.
Goes on and on. We are talking about the legendary, one and only, Ski Beatz.
Yeah.
Beatz.
What's up, y'all? What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Trying to stay warm. You know, it's freezing out here right now.
What's it like out there?
Damn, I feel like it's like 30 degrees to me.
Oh, yeah. That ain't bad out here. We get like negative 16, negative 17 type vibes.
Get out of here.
Straight up.
Rick,
Today is
Rick,
nice.
you warm out there, though, right?
I feel good today. I'm looking out the window right now. Not a cloud in sight. It's like 70 degrees outside. I'm cool with that.
Mad at that weather out there, boy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, from that intro, I know when everybody say, you know, Ski Beatz on, he produced, the first name they always say is Jay-Z. Do that ever make you mad?
Nah, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't mad at that.
Because it's almost like
But I mean, that's a good name to be associated with right now. This kid's like $1 billion right now, right?
Yeah. But it's almost like like if Lloyd Banks have any kind of interview, they're gonna say 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 Cent. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hey man, I'm just glad I was able to be around when when that movement started. You feel me?
Yeah.
And to be able to have a couple of bodies of work with him is dope.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
So speaking of when that movement started, man, like first and foremost, I want to acknowledge like your path, what you did in life. I don't think you may necessarily realize like the string of events that it kicked off, right? Like my independence. I know my cousin Jay White, like, bro, you inspired us to the 10th power, man. And I just want to get, I don't even think we may have went down the whole music career path had it not been for, just being closely associated with your story, seeing the things you was doing, the things you was making happen. So I definitely want to give you that acknowledgement, man.
I appreciate it, bro. You and Josh, y'all was there from day one. Y'all know the whole thing, bro.
Yeah. And really that was like, bro, I was telling Rick the other day, like you coming to scoop us up, like you would come, we never knew when you was gonna come through our grandma's house, but you might pull up once every 6 or 7 months, blow the horn, and we just run outside, hop in the car, go paint the town with posters and flyers or whatever you had going on. But that was like a highlight of our childhood, man. So
wow, that's love. That's love,
that, man.
And both of y'all right now, you and Josh doing your thing. That's amazing.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
So you started in Greensboro, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen the Sway in the Morning interview, and you say your mom invested like 2 G's was it an MPC?
The SP1200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to Fanatic House, and Fanatic taught me how to use it. If you don't know who Fanatic is, he was like my producer, when we had the Busy Boys. That was, obviously the first group I ever started with. But anyhow, Fanatic, he taught me how to use the SP. And I convinced my mom to get me one. And at the same time, I was in college. And I told my mom, she got me that. Trust me, all I need is that, and I can make some shit happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was you in school at?
I was at GTCC.
All right.
Yeah, I was out there doing welding.
Welding.
I was a dope ass welder, though, but I can make you anything.
So look, this is the question I always ask, like you know, Eli, Fanatic, Spark, like, how did you even know that it was possible to reach the heights that y'all reach? Like, how did you even know? Where did you, hip hop wasn't even old enough for you to see what it could become. How did y'all know, man?
Man, you know, when it's in your heart, you just don't have a doubt. I just didn't have a doubt. There was never a doubt. It was always like, oh shit, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to be a rapper. I mean, I didn't know I was going to end up being a producer, but I knew I was going to make it as a rapper. And I just never stopped. You know, even when, you know, I had moments obviously of like, oh man, it's just what I want to do. Boom, boom, boom. But, you know, I just kept staying focused and just kept just going that way. And you know how God is, the universe or whatever you want to call it. You just open up little avenues. Like, you know, the moment I want to quit, I might get a call from somebody or something might pop up or, yo, I could do this. And, you know, I was being guided. But I never had a doubt where I was like, nah, there's no way. I knew I could do it.
Yeah. And what made you lean toward production over rapping? Because you you crazy with the bars too.
That was exactly what I was going to ask.
Man, it was like you know what? It might have been that first check. Might have been that first check. I mean, I had a passion for both. You know, obviously rapping was the, you know, the number one set off. But when I, you know, moved to New York with Roland and Nabwan, rest in peace, Payroll Records. When I moved to New York with Roland and Nabwan, that's when I really started focusing on making beats, because I was trying to help Nabwan make beats for his album at the time. And then, you know, once we got the record deal with Original Flavor through Clark Kent.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
His jump must have died.
Something. Let me add him back in.
He did. All right.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, I had a Beatz CD and I gave it to Clark. And then next thing you know, he started placing the motherfuckers. I got my first check from Father MC. And I'm like, wait a minute, you mean I can get this kind of money from just making this? And I got a fucking whole fucking crate full of beats. I'm with it. And then when Jay came around, that was perfect. I'm like, you know what? That nigga right there can rap. And I'm never going to be able to rap this nigga. Let me just make his beats. Let me stay focused and, you know, fuck with him. That's what happened.
Yeah. How many
still
beats,
be writing, though. I still be writing.
Yeah. How many beats did you have before you started selling? Like before your first joint got sold?
I mean, I probably had like a couple of hundred.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
were they hot? Were they ready?
I bet them shit so fire today.
Better. You know, when I was hanging around Clark and all these other producers, you know, they was schooling me to what type of drums and how to get my shit a little bit more funkier. And I think when Spark, when he came to New York, and I used to hang out in the studio with Spark, that's when the Dead Presidents and, you know, the Filliness and all this shit started coming out, because I started hanging out with Spark and I saw what they was doing. And I definitely got inspired through Spark and through like Pete Rock and people like that. And I just kind of put my twist on it.
Yeah. So you were confident enough to leave Greensboro, North Carolina, to move to New York with $20 in your pocket, man?
Hey, I was a Ro. I know Ro was gonna take care of us. He wasn't gonna let us die. But I had like $20, you know, $20 in the drink.
Damn, she's cut off again. I don't know what's happening.
What you think that is, Ski, that make it keep cutting out?
Man, I don't know.
Damn, I thought your phone had died or something.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question. You just said you felt like once you heard Jay, you was like, I'll never be able to out rap this nigga. Did you really think that nigga was that dope then?
Yeah. He was the best. Him and Source Money was incredible.
Just immediately, as soon as you heard him, you just knew.
Out the gate, Rick, you know when the nigga's nice, you like, that nigga's way nicer than niggas I know. He was
crazy, dog.
Out of here nice.
And that was when he was rapping fast.
That's when he was rapping fast. And when he slowed it down, when he started, you know, doing the shit for Reasonable, I'm like, yo, this nigga here, boy, is. That nigga got it. Whatever that special shit is, yeah, everybody knew he was special.
So at what point did you connect with Dame Dash and he started managing your situation, kind of?
When I got the deal, the day I got my record deal, I walked into Atlantic Records and Dame Dash was sitting in Clark's office And Clark was like, by the way, that's Dame Dash. She heard your music. He want to manage you. I'm like, all right, bet. Just give me the check. I'm ready to sign. Let's go.
What was the deal for? Was it for rapping or producing or
rapping?
Like a deal?
It was rapping. They didn't even know I produced all the songs. It was just me rapping with original flavor. Me and my first partner, Suave. We went there, signed a record deal. Then once we went in the studio and started recording shit, they saw that I was doing all the beats. And that's when Clark really kind of, put me under his wings. Like, damn, this nigga can rap and he make the beats too. I was Kanye before Kanye.
Damn, bro.
I just wasn't focused. I'm telling you, after I got that check, I got turned out, my nigga. That was it.
Damn. Hey, so when like you slinging these names around, these are superheroes. Did Clark Kent feel like yo, this is Clark Kent, or was this another dude that was on at the time, or was it like Clark Kent?
What do you mean?
Like you look at people like, I don't know, like some people like when I'm around Brandon D, that's my own boy. I'm like, it's Brandon D, but some niggas like it's Brandon D. So did you get that feeling being around Clark Kent, or was it just like a regular dude?
It was, you know what? I knew Clark. We think about it. Hey, shut up. We had to go. Let's go back in time. When I was with the Busy Boys, we used to always open up shows at the Coliseum, and so Dane and Clark used to come. They came a few times. That's how I met Clark, and he was like, "Yo, if you're ever in New York, hit me up." And he gave me his number years ago back in Greensboro. So when I moved to New York, when I got all my music together, that's when I hit Clark up. So me and Clark has always just been like regular. I mean, I knew he was Clark Kent, but I wasn't like, oh my God, that's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like other people I met. After I started hanging out with Clark, he started introducing me to everybody that was in the industry at the time. And then I started tripping a little bit.
Who was somebody you tripped off of when you sing?
Like, oh shit, I'm in the studio with Teddy Pendergrass. Shit like that.
You know what I'm saying? You slinging these names around.
Teddy Pendergrass record.
Nah, man, I never did a Teddy Pendergrass record, but just to be like right there, you like, that's Teddy Pendergrass, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's some wild shit.
Yeah.
Like all the hip hop niggas, I didn't really feel like, I always felt like, yo, we're on the same level, fuck that. But anybody that was older or people that I was probably sampling from, when I met people like that, that shit would always fuck me up.
Damn. That's dope, dog.
So what was it like, or what is it like? Because I believe y'all still got a relationship working with Dame Dash, right? Because the public persona is like, this is this angry, frustrated dude, and he always mad. Like, but what is it like to know him personally and to have that type of relationship?
The Dame you see now has always been Dame Dash. With $100 million in the bank or $1 in the bank, that's Dame Dash. That's how he is, and I respect that about Dame. Dame is like too smart for his own good sometimes. You feel me? He's like he's on another level of how he think and shit, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's always been Dame. That's nothing new. That's not like money changing niggas or nothing like that. That's just him, and I love that about him. You got to know him to know. If you didn't know him, you say, "Oh, he an asshole because he got money or because he was on top." Yada yada yada. But nah, that's him, bro.
From day one.
Day one, and he got nothing but game for you. He'll definitely give you a lot of jewels, bro. That'll help you out. Think about it. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for me coming back, because think about it, back in the 90s when we was producing, we wasn't trying to be in the forefront as being a producer. We were just making the money in the background. You would see our name like in the Source magazine on the back, produced by yada yada yada. But when I moved back to New York and Dame started the whole DD 172 thing, you know what I'm saying? I started doing the currency shit, most stuff, yada yada yada. That's when he put me in. He was pushing me in the forefront. Like, yo, people need to see who you are because they know these beats, but they don't know your face. They don't know that you did those beats. And if it wasn't for him, bruh, I don't know if I'll still be kind of relevant right now the way I'm moving around because that whole DD 172 thing kept me, relevant to this point right now. That's how the dojo came out. You know what I'm saying? That's all that stuff came from that.
That's dope. You remember you took me to Dame Dash's house?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Scared as hell. I was scared. Walking to this shit like, oh shit, Dame Dash. That nigga was like a bigger than life figure to me. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
All right, so back in the days when all of this is taking place, right?
Yep.
You had Rocker Block. What was the relationship? Well, for those that don't know, Rocker Block was a record label, Ski's own record label. Is that right, or was it like a production or JV? What type of situation was Rocker Block, and what was the relationship between Rocker Block and Rockefeller?
Rocker Black, Rockefeller. You know, Rockefeller was home base, the mother, but Rocker Block was my little production record label thing that I was doing on the side. You know, and it was all love. I mean, I think about it. You know, we had some good moments at Rocker Block. You know, we had the Sporty Thieves. They did their thing. We had Pace One. My man Richie Thumbs. He never had a chance to show the world his shit, but he was gonna be good. But I felt like I jumped out the pot too quick. I should have stayed with the Rock a little bit longer before I started Rocker Block. You know what I'm saying? Because when I left, I like totally kind of left. I kind of like did Rocker Block and started doing my thing. And around that time, that's when like Just Blaze and Kanye and everybody kind of got their feet into Rockefeller. But if I would have stayed, I would have definitely been like probably on all those records, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Did Rocker Block turn into Now City, or was that years later?
That was years later. That like during the end of Rocker Block, I was homesick. I was ready to come back home. So my cousin Mikey, he came up. We packed up the truck, drove back down. That's when I moved to Winston. And when we got there, my homie Franz, he reached out to me like, "Yo, you wanna do something?" I said, "Yeah, let's do this thing." And then King, he came up with the name Now City and said, "Yo, let's call it Now City." And that's how we started the whole Now City. Big shout out to King, big shout out to Hot Right, Missy Rack, Crunk, Lil Rise, Kia Smith, Mr. Dolo, my man Showdown. Now City was gonna be crazy, bro. We would have come together, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all was hard, boy.
So you said if it would have come together, what do you think prevented it from coming together?
Everybody was young. A lot of people didn't really understand the business, and a lot of people got money and kind of went crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was, it was cool.
I was gonna ask you.
We still got the Now City going on here, man. Come on.
Oh, that's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, so you from Greensboro? You from not just Greensboro, but Martin Luther King in Greensboro, right? So when you start first making money, what is a young Ski Beatz purchasing when he started getting bread for the first time?
Man, the first thing I got was more equipment. That was the very first thing I got.
Smart.
Was investing back into the craft. Obviously, a couple of whips, some jewelry, just the regular shit. Got the crib in Winston. Then I got married, and then I had to
split it,
consolidate. Instead of having like 3 or 4 cars, I had to get 1 car. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of be like more realistic about my shit.
Yeah.
But when I was young, I did the bullshit. I spent it on everything, bro.
Yeah. And like, so at this time, like on the business end, who's handling the paperwork and stuff like that?
Ah, man, Louise West, she was my lawyer at the time back then. She did all my paperwork. My man Jason Riley did stuff for me. And now I'm working with my homeboy Kevin Glickman. He does all my newer stuff.
Yeah. I met Kevin, man. He came to Carolina.
Ah, yeah, you met Glickman. He was working with Jay White for a second, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's another conversation.
Yep.
So around this time, right? Like, it's not just you, but it's multiple cats or multiple producers from Greensboro that's like popping off. Well, I ain't gonna say just Greensboro, but the Carolina area as a whole. Like you mentioned, Mark Sparks. He had, he produced Shoot for Salt and Pepper, Men in Black for Will Smith. Then you got Fanatic, who produced Crush on You for Biggie. I mean, like the list goes on. And at the same time, you like bubbling with Jay-Z. What do you think prevented everybody from kind of coming together as a conglomerate?
Man, when you out there doing that, when you in that mix, it's like time, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? If Fanatic is working with Michael Jackson and Beyonce, and he's all over here, and I'm over here with Jay-Z, Camp Low, and doing what I'm doing. And Spark over here, you know, Spark was doing everything at one time. It's the time to get together, you know, and sit down and organize that.
Yeah,
it takes time. And the way we was moving, man, and the way the industry was moving back then, you just didn't have no time. We was always in the studio going back and forth.
Yeah.
So,
but if we would have did that, if we would have got together, that would have been amazing.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that y'all was moving how y'all was moving back then and seeing how it moves now. Would you have rather had your time now, or you rather it stay where it was at? Even if you can move the career, Jay-Z career to now, but just how the internet and everything moved as far as the industry.
Nah, I like the way it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what? It wasn't like it was a privilege to be in certain circles. Now it seemed like everybody's producing, everybody's rapping, everybody's doing something, everybody got some type of content on, you know, line. And there's nothing wrong with that. I ain't trying to knock nobody's dreams, but back then you had to, you know, if you had that gift, they would just let you in, and just to get in that circle, and you know, it's and the money was different. The money was way different, man. You can get a check for $100 grand. You know what I'm saying? That one day for one beat. Now, you know, niggas be trying to fucking super, you know what it is. They bullshit.
Damn, man.
It was different.
I want to ask you so bad, what was your biggest check? But I don't know if you want to put that out there. The biggest check, biggest beat.
Biggest check, yo, it's funny because my biggest check was from a remix that never came out. I was out. I was out in California and just chilling with my girl, just hanging out, and somebody found some record label. I forgot the label. What label was Jean A on?
John A. The two girls, the two chicks.
Yeah, the two. It was the Brand New Heavies. They wanted me to do a Brand New Heavies remix, and they might have been Delicious Vinyl. It was a label that was out in Cali. And you know, I took the meeting, and the guy was like, "Yo, what it's gonna cost? You know, you to do this remix? You know, for the boom boom boom. We need that ski sound, whatever." I'm like, "All right, nigga." I'm like, "Give me 50 grand." And not just throw a number out. Just give me 50 grand. The nigga wrote the check on the spot, gave me the money. I flew back, you know, to New York, and they never called me back. Cash the check and everything, and they never hit me back for the remix. Something must have happened with the label. I don't know what happened, but they never called me back. That was the most, and that was like I didn't have to work it off for that. Just the name alone got a nigga that check back then. That was crazy to me.
That's crazy. But and I seen on the Sway interview too, they had asked you about, you know, in the current state of hip hop, like, are you keeping up with the trap producers and the trap music? And you was just straight up like, nah, I don't know. Like, I don't know nothing about none of that. Like, how are you able to stay steadfast enough to say, you know what, I'm not gonna chase none of these sounds. I don't care what none of these cats is doing over here. Right. This is me, this is who I am, and this is how it's gonna go.
Because you gotta think about, man, how many people on the planet? There's like 7 billion people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
Guarantee you there's like 100,000 motherfuckers who like what I do. Even if there's 1,000 people that fuck with what I do, that's enough for me. That's a career. I can build off that. I don't need to worry about mainstream and what's going on. You got enough people on earth to create your own little world. And that's what I do. The smack packs, the producers, the type of artists I work with, it's my own little world. So I don't even think about the mainstream. I don't think about what's popping and who got the most without it. I don't give a shit about that. All I care about is us hip hop niggas over here. We still digging in crates. We still got rappers that want to do this, and there's 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 people that's on their way.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. So speaking of digging in the crates and chopping and all that, you said it took about 2 weeks to create the Streets Is Watching joint for Jay-Z. You literally like locked yourself in a room for 2 weeks?
Well, no, I didn't lock myself in a room, but it took me a long time to get it on beat because I wasn't chopping records back then. I was just finding cool loops, adding drums to it. And I tried to do that with the Streets, but I couldn't. Everything kept falling off. So I just had to kind of like, you know, think about the science of how I want to get it on beat. And I started chopping everything into pieces. And when I realized I could do that, then I started rearranging it. And I'm like, oh shit, this right here is actually better than my skills and teaching me how to chop. But once I got it, that bitch was locked in.
Damn.
That's hard.
So how many hours a day would you say you was working on that joint?
At least 2 or 3 hours a day when I sat down with it.
Was that beat already like they said, boy, we want this, or that was just your idea? Like, I know he gonna love this when I finish.
Yeah, they never heard it. I mean, he didn't hear it until it was done. But I just knew when I heard it, I'm
You
like, yo,
knew
this
it.
nigga Chad killed this shit. But I just couldn't get it on beat. But I got it. Like I said, when I got it, when I like focused, when I sat down and focused and said, okay, today I'm gonna get this motherfucker right. Because I did it so many times, but it never came out right. But when I finally got it, that, you know, that was the one. Gave it to him.
That's one of the most amazing parts. Like when I hear, you know, I don't want to say like old school because I don't like you just like y'all like statues. When y'all, you know, all y'all when y'all say stuff, the fact that you knew, like when I be throwing shit at the wall and hoping something stick. I don't know what's gonna work and when ain't gonna work. Y'all be knowing that shit is bananas to me. Like to work on something for 2 weeks because you know that shit gonna hit, and here we are 25, 30, how many years later?
Yeah.
30 years later?
Yeah.
30 years later, and it's still like a influential song in our culture. That's bananas. And it started with you. He didn't even know shit about it.
Nah. That's like, you know, your ears, man, when you hear some cool shit and you know it's gonna be cool. You know, I didn't, don't get me wrong, I didn't think it was gonna be like super duper classic legendary record. I just knew I liked it, and I knew I had to get it right because I wanted to hear him rap over it. Because I know if I got this beat right, what the hell is he gonna say over this shit? But I knew he would like it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And when I got it,
I got a question. I have always wondered about that track.
Mm-hmm.
How come there was never a dirty version of that record?
I don't know.
What you mean? It was no dirty version. He didn't cuss in it?
It's not. What is it? It's not. I'm saying like certain words he say, they don't put the words in there in that record. Like he cursed a couple times and it's not in there.
It's all not to kill niggas. It's like they don't let that fly.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We'll chop this out.
Yeah, I don't have to listen. I say, what the hell? I thought you said that nigga didn't cuss in this shit. I'm like, I'm trying to run the lyrics back in my head. I'm like, what?
Nah, he cursed. It was something. Yeah, we'll figure it out. What record are you proudest of, man? Out of everything you've done?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Not even record, but or project, whatever. Your hugest accomplishment in terms of the music industry.
Damn. Dude, it's I don't know because I'm still here. I'm still alive, and I'm still doing shit. You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell you. Right now, you know, I love the dojo classes. I love going around teaching people how to make beats. I love seeing the excitement in like a new producer's eyes when he figure out he can make this, do that. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit because that reminded me of me when I was doing that shit. You know, record wise, probably Cheney. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely one of my highlights. You know what I'm saying? I love JC. I love Rockefeller. I love all that shit. But Camp Low, you know, they closer to me because that was my crew. And Dame and them, they didn't believe in Camp Low. And for them to come out and drop their music and do what they did, and after they saw that, they, you know, Dame had to give me a pound. Like, yo, you was right. Them kids are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like one of them. Like that's my crew. That's my crew. You know, obviously the Sporty D's was dope. Pace One was crazy. It's so much. It's too many moments, bro. To even name.
Yeah.
Too many moments. You know, we still going, man.
For sure.
That Lucini shit was so fire, dog. Oh my
man, that's one of those records that's never gonna go away. It's like it's some kind of magical energy that's in that track. You play it to this day, it just makes you feel good. It just lifts you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you made that beat, what you had going on? Was you like
that was like Profile Records hit me, was like, yo, we got the album, this shit is dope, but we need one more. We need something to set it off. So I
man.
Yeah, I knew I had to find something that was you know, that was gonna, you know, be dope for the radio and everything. And I remember digging, boy, when I hit that fucking Dynasty record. God, thank you. When I hit that Dynasty record and I heard that sample, I'm like, yo.
Damn, bro. So that was the last record y'all did for the joint?
The last record, bro.
Come on.
Lucini was the last record I made for that album. I played it for them. They came over. I wrote the hook and everything. They came over, did the hook, wrote their rhymes, and that was it.
Speaking of wrote the record, Feeling It, Jay-Z's Feeling It was originally your record, man?
Yeah, I was working on my solo project. Sway was at the crib, my homegirl Mecca, and I wrote Feeling It, the hook and my verse. Mecca sung the hook. Sway laid his part down. I was excited because Dame, he lived in the next building beside mine. So I ran to his crib. Everybody knows the story. I ran to his crib. Jay-Z was there. I played the record like, yeah, I got my first joint. Played it for him. Jay heard it. He was like, nah, you got to give me that record, bro. And I'm like, you know what? All right, nigga, whatever. So I gave him the record. And he said, yo, I'm going to use your hook and I'm going to rap, the same flow you rap. He took the flow and the hook. And I thought that was dope. I'm like, that was crew. It was all good. Plus, niggas was throwing money in backpacks and shit back then. So I'm like, all right, give me the backpack. Take the record. I'm good.
A backpack full of bread.
Bruh. It was a whole different thing, bro.
That's how it was going down, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's bananas. All right, so going forward, hearing that in the culture as big as it is, do you wish you would have kept it?
No, because it's now Jay did his thing. It's dope records, amazing. He killed it. He did it better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it fit. It fit with, his life. You know what I'm saying? It fit everything that they was doing. I was so influenced by them when I wrote the hook. You feeling that? Feel the glass at the top. And more wet, legs full. I was really talking about what I was seeing being around them. So it made all the sense in the world for him to have it.
Damn.
Speaking of what you were seeing around them, like, so all the talk that was going on the records, that was like real life, like no games. I mean, of course, it's rap, so it might be slightly exaggerated, but this was really their real lifestyle back in that time period.
Yes, wow, you say that because when I first met Jay, we was doing the original flavor. He was on Can I Get Open? He was doing the fast rap. You know what I'm saying? Knew he could rap. He was always fresh. You know what I'm saying? Every time I saw him, he was always fresh. And but I didn't know he was hustling. But when we started working on Reasonable Doubt, that's when I kind of got a sense. And then one day he just kind of opened up and he took us all to VA or Maryland or somewhere. And when we got there and I saw what was going on, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's really like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I mean, from the people to the homes to what was going on, I'm like, this is serious. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely, he was definitely 99.99 up before he even started rapping with us.
Damn. Was you ever around Big?
Yeah, I was around Big. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Big, man, I was gonna work with Big before he passed. Big, he heard Lucini and was like, yo, why you get up to them?
I
got you. Yeah, man.
So y'all was like in a studio setting or you was just like seeing him out?
Nah, I was in the studio. I was I remember right after I made the beat for Streets is Watching, Jay-Z made me play it for Big. He said, yo, go in the room, play Big that. I went to Big session. I said, yo, check this out. Played that for him. That's for Jay, right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, they had like this funny competition, but it was fun. It was dope.
Damn.
So that's how you ended up on the Lil Kim project, just their relationship?
Probably. I don't even know. I just know Kim wanted some records and I submitted to that one joint. She took it.
Yeah.
And Foxy definitely was the work I did for Fox. That was definitely because of Jay, man. Well, no, really, I can't say that because of my man Red Handed. He was a DJ. He was down with us back in the day, and he used to DJ for Foxy Brown, and he connected that. He connected me and Foxy.
Dope. So
man, he was slinging these superhero names around just on some regular. That's crazy. You did what? Crazy.
So when it comes to a lot of the cats that we see from your era, right? Like it seemed like it's hard for a lot of people to transition into this internet world. But like you have made a seamless transition. Like you got the smack packs going. Like how did this come about? And for people that don't know, the smack packs, is like what, like a beat pack that you give to different producers and let them have samples and loops and stuff like that, and then it's like a competition to see who create the dopest project.
Yeah, every month I'll drop a pack. I'll create some sounds. I'll get like my guest designers. They'll come in and create some sounds, and then I'll get a verse from the dopest new rapper or somebody that's coming up, and I'll throw the verse in the pack, and I'll put the pack on my site. And the cats, they'll cop the pack, and then they'll make their joints. The winner wins the prize and all types of shit. And this month we actually got Smack Pack Volume 19. I got a placement opportunity. Whoever wins, they get a placement with October London. I don't know if you heard that song, the October London joint. Sound like Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they get to do a joint for him. So October, he sent me his acapella for that joint. So 19 is gonna be special.
Damn.
How did this even come about, man? How did you see that this was a lane that you could move into?
The pandemic, man. Hold on. The pandemic. When everybody was in the house, I'll think about it. Before the pandemic, I was on the road with Spitter. We was out all the time, just hitting the road. And when the pandemic hit, I'm like, oh shit, fuck, we're gonna do now? You know what I'm saying?
So when you say on the road, you mean like you was his DJ?
Yeah, I was on tour with Spitter.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, when the pandemic hit, everybody's just kind of trying to figure out what they was gonna do next. And then one day I was on the SP1200 making a beat, and I posted a beat I had made, and I said, damn, I forgot how liberating it was to only have 10 seconds to make a beat. I bet you guys couldn't do that. And then the next morning I woke up, I had like hundreds of videos in my DM where everybody, 10-second challenge, 10-second challenge. So it started with the 10-second challenge. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh shit, you know what? Everybody's home, we got everybody's attention. A healthy challenge would be cool. So I made a pack, and then I had an old NPC sitting over here, and I said, yo, this could be the prize. I said, what am I gonna call this shit? Fuck it, I'm just called the Smack Pack. That's dope. Gave a Smack Pack, put the prize up, and it took off after that.
Damn.
And look, it's been like 3 or 4 years and shit's still
going crazy. It's just growing and growing.
And like your classes be full of people. It's like them shits be packed out.
Yo, man, think about most of the hip hop community. There's not too much opportunity for us guys because everybody's kind of, when they're looking for producers, they think mainstream. So the guy in his crib that's still chopping samples and still playing records and things like that, he's kind of getting overlooked. So my community, my world is based around those type of artists, those type of producers. You know what I mean? Because I'm being that, I'm that voice for them. Like, yo, nigga, I'm still doing this. You know me. I've been doing this since the beginning. And I fuck with what y'all doing. So let's come together and let's create our own little world where we can exchange information. We can do certain things for each other. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what the Smack Pack is, bro.
So when it started to grow, did you like put infrastructure around it, like with bringing different people in to help you run it, or you was able to maintain it all yourself? It
was me and my partner Donnie Bo, man. Rest in peace. He just passed away not too long ago. But Donnie Bo gave me the look, like how the Smack Pack logo look. Donnie Bo saw what I was trying to do. He took that, he gave me the look, and he created all my graphics. From years, just Donnie Bo was doing all the graphics for me, making sure I was consistent. When people saw the Smack Pack logo, they knew what it was, and he helped me brand it to where it was at now. And when he passed away, but when he passed, he left me with all of this years of content, years of branding. You know what I mean?
He left me with years of content.
Years of content. Like all the content I'm posting now is from stuff that he did already.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So right now, are you running by yourself?
He left me the game because he was a marketer, and he taught me the game on how to market my stuff. So, yeah.
So I know, like when you lose somebody, it's a gap. You almost don't even want to fill that gap with somebody else. But did you?
Dude, I almost didn't want to. I just wanted to stop. I didn't want to do it at all because it was just me and Bo. It was us. You know what I'm saying? I made the packs. He made the art. He said, yo, he told me when to post shit, how to post shit. Post this here, throw this on your stories, do that. And we did it so much all the time. Like I said, it's embedded in me. It's like I hear his voice in my head, and I know when to post and not to post and what to post. You feel me? But it was just me and him.
That's wild, bro.
That's all right, bro. So do you have somebody else now, or is it just you?
Nah, it's just me because I got so much content that he left me. That like I don't need nobody to do content, and I know when to post stuff now. My job now is just to find the dope artists and you know, just keep it going. But we're about to stop anyway. We're stopping at 20, and I'm starting a new challenge called Straight Out the Box. That's the new one. We're gonna start a brand new one up. But we're stopping at 20. 20, we're capping it off.
So what is Straight Out the Box?
Straight Out the Box is the same concept, except I'm using like older vintage hip hop gear to create sounds for the producers. And every month I'm gonna give away some vintage gear, like maybe a old school MPC, maybe a SP1200, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do you still have the SP that your mom got you?
Not that my mom got me, but I do have an SP. Yeah.
You know what happened to it, or it just got lost in the sauce?
That shit got lost in the sauce.
It's hard.
Yep.
Yo, so a few years ago, you was on tour with Mobb Deep as the DJ, right?
Yeah.
And like when I'm seeing the tour, like, you know, of course I know what Mobb Deep is to hip hop because we grew up on it. But I did not know that Mobb Deep was ill enough to do a world tour like that, man. What was that experience like?
Wow. Mobb Deep. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Bruh. Mobb Deep got so many hits. Ooh. Them niggas, it was incredible, man. I've been around the world, like 2 or 3 times? Like around the world, like everywhere. Like everywhere, twice, bro. Crazy.
Did you know they was that popping?
Yeah, I kind of knew. They it's funny how I got the gig too, man. Their DJ at the time, he couldn't make it to I think a show in Switzerland. It was like, yo, you want to come? Because I became close to P, because I had did a song and P was he was rhyming on it, and he hit me up like, yo, can you DJ, nigga? I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, you wanna go to Switzerland? I'm like, all right. So I flew to Switzerland, thinking I'm gonna thinking I'm just standing in for somebody, but I saw the love, and they love Mobb Deep, man. Everywhere in the world, they love Mobb Deep, especially overseas. It's a whole different type of love. And but they kept me. You know, they liked what I was doing. They kept me, and it was a blessing, man, to be on the road with them for what, like 2-3 years, just running around. Yeah. And you know, they did all their shows. Most of their shows are overseas. We did stuff in the States, but everything was overseas. So it was a great experience, man, because I met so many people over there, and you know, you're learning all these different cultures, you're seeing all these different things, and you're getting all this other different type of inspiration to bring back to the States and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea Mobb Deep was that big around the world. Man.
Huge. Look, Havoc is still touring. Still, nigga. Crazy. It don't stop.
He's one of my favorite MCs of all time, man. He was just a different monster, dog. Like he just the way he put it together. Sometimes he ain't got a rhyme. He just put it together, and you can see that shit. Yeah, he was crazy, man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I seen an interview from him that said he put the medicine in the candy, like the whole time, and then you go back and listen to shit that he was saying. It was like, yo, he wasn't like a ignorant ass nigga busting gun. Like if you listen to that nigga, he was like teaching the whole time. The whole time, dog. Like he was wild, bro.
Man, Pete used to drop so much knowledge on me on the road. It's like, yo, Ski, let me tell you something. I'm like, oh, here we go. And that nigga be dropping some crazy shit. You like, damn, this nigga be, woo. I can't even regurgitate half the stuff he told me, but he was deep all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what's up, man. I ain't got too many more questions for you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with niggas, man.
You already know. I had to be on this show.
For sure.
Yeah.
You had too many. You did what? So I was like, what? I was sitting there like, what? Yeah, man, Biggie was just, he just.
You did what?